Now, this time was also critical for us to become a team. I knew Angus, but I didn't know Ryan. I didn't really know Alan, and I didn't know Al. And when we got to base camp in 10 days' time, it was game on. We had to be a high-performance team, so we need to accelerate the process. We didn't have 6 months, 12 months, 18 months to become a high-performance team. We had 10 days. So after dinner, we would, before going off to bed, we would sit around for some social time. And instead of talking about climbing stories or TV shows or movies or things that people would normally talk about, I would suggest topics of conversation. Let's talk about leadership style. Let's talk about communication. Let's talk about conflict resolution. Let's talk about change management. I think at first, people thought I was a little bit obsessive compulsive with my job back home, and they're like, we're not in a classroom, you don't need to teach us these things. But then as we started talking about it, people realized that we had to accelerate the process. We needed to do it consciously and deliberately, and you'll hear those words many times today in the various workshops, being conscious and being deliberate to get the end result that you desire. So this comes out of a model from the training programs that if you want to be successful as a team, you first need to have a vision of success. And it's not good enough just to say, let's be a good team. Because what does that really mean? It's a different definition for every person. So you need to define what high performance is. So you need to talk about what is high performance leadership, what is high performance change management, what is high performance conflict resolution. You need to know what it is you want to create. So for you as leaders, thinking about what is a high performance leader for yourself, so you know who you want to be. What is high-performance teams, so that you know what teams you want to create. Once you have that vision, you need to think about what actions will bring that vision to life. Without action, vision is really just a bunch of pretty words. You need to bring it to life. And so for us, one of the things we had talked about was high-performance communication. So one of the actions to bring that to life was we decided to have 2 meetings every day. One meeting in the morning, we would lay out our goals and objectives, our roles and our responsibilities. We'd make sure that everybody is on the same page. At the end of the day, we would have a second meeting to look at what did we do well, what didn't we do so well, what do we need to do to prepare for tomorrow. So we had a very high level of communication, kind of very strategic and very formal in our communication, so that we were really all on the same page. Once you have that in place, you then need to have reflection. Every now and then you need to stop and be introspective. You need to look within yourself. You need to look at your team and say, are we being who we said we would be? Are we doing what we said we would do? Do we need to course correct? Has something changed in our environment that we need to adjust for? So for us on the mountain, we decided to have one meeting, 30 minutes, once a week. And this was a time when we would get together. We weren't talking about strategy or equipment or plans. We were just talking about us as a team. We were talking about our vision. We were talking about our team dynamics and how are we doing. And this was a time to really check in. Now, these have to be open and honest and trusting communications in order for it to be effective. But we very consciously created this time so that we didn't have any surprises. We didn't find out halfway through the expedition that all of a sudden nobody likes each other, or we're not communicating, or we've got these different problems. So we were very conscious and deliberate to build a high-performance team.